welcome. That sounded kind of corny. Anyway, this is my new YouTube channel, and it will be used for ranting, bitching, general discussion about stuff. I'm definitely open for debating, and movie reviews, TV show reviews, things like that. I wanted to do my first movie review on The Cabin in the Woods, as you can see. The Cabin in the Woods. Okay. I am not going to hold this telephone facing this computer screen like this through the whole thing, so get a good look. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this movie was because it's the most recent one that I've seen. Yay! It just recently came out in Redbox. It's not on Netflix yet. Bummer. And I'm so glad I didn't spend the money to go see this in the theater. Just saying. Alright, so let me put this down and we'll have a little chit-chat about this movie. Now you get to see my ugly mug. I should have been cast in a horror movie. Sorry about the shoddy camera work, like I said, using my phone. Okay, so, don't move. The Cabin in the Woods. I was so excited for this movie because it just looked really good. And with the crap they're pumping out for horror movies these days, it almost seemed like a breath of fresh air. You know, it really looked like it was going to be good. And I was really excited for it. And I watched the trailer, and the trailer made it look really good, and I was like, yes, finally, something good. Boy, was I wrong. I waited for it to come out in Redbox because, I don't mind saying this, I don't like spending money to go to the movie theater. I can't justify spending, you know, $30 to go to the movies, you know, with ticket prices and then popcorn, and not that I need any, but can't watch a movie without popcorn, right? Drinks, what have you, and, you know, in some cases, dinner, even if you dollar menu it, you're looking at upwards, you know, $30, $40 for a night out. The movie tickets alone at, you know, $10 each, almost, are crazy. And, I mean, that movie's going to be epic. Like, epic. So, in order for me to go to the movie theater, it has to be something that I really, 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 really need to see on the big screen. Everything else, I have a Blu-ray player and a 73-inch TV with surround sound. I'm good. So I didn't see it in the theater, thank God. I considered it, but I would have regretted it later on. Anyway, you go to a $1.99 theater. That would be okay. If you have one of those, like, discount theaters, we have one here. It plays, like, all the, you know, older movies that have been in the theater recently. Anyway, so we rented the movie. Back to the movie. We rented the movie, and I really wasn't impressed. I don't like something that's too predictable. I don't like to be able to, I don't like to know what's going to happen. So, in this movie, unfortunately, you could predict every outcome. You could literally, like, sit there and you could predict every outcome. There was a couple of times where we were like, oh, hey, that's kind of weird. You know, I didn't expect that. But I think that only happened twice in the whole movie. Really, the only thing it had going for it was it had Thor in it. And, or the dude that plays Thor. Love his accent. But the story behind the movie, which was good, but executed poorly, I think, very poor writing, was, spoiler alert, was basically, you know, these kids, I'm going to assume college kids, go to a cabin in the woods that belongs to one of the guy's buddies or something. Like, he just bought it. And they stop at a gas station, okay, like a rickety gas station. Like, we haven't seen this 150 times. And there's, like, this old, decrepit guy that runs the gas station. He's kind of creepy. Like, we haven't seen that before. House of a Thousand Corpses, maybe. And this guy is kind of, like, basically warning them, you know, don't go there, whatever. And they go anyway, obviously, because what could go wrong? Do any of these people watch horror movies? Like, when you're writing a horror movie, have you ever watched other horror movies? I mean, I would think once they would write a character that had a little bit of common sense and say, oh, well, even though it was fake, this is kind of like the same scenario in, this movie, and these kids didn't listen, and they all died. So we should listen and just get into our cars and drive in the opposite direction because we don't want to die. In which case it would cause whatever is plaguing them or going to kill them to chase after them into, like, I'm going off again. That's a whole nother horror movie in itself right there. What you thought they would do, they don't do. Like the blonde chick doesn't scream and show her boobs. She does in this movie. Many times. Well, the boob shot's only once. Anyway, back to the movie. The story. There's a government facility that's like monitoring this cabin, and for whatever reason it's had many owners. We don't know at the time, but the guy at the gas station said it had many owners. We do learn later on why it has many owners, because basically they sell the cabin to somebody, and then a bunch of like unsuspecting people go and stay in the cabin, and then they blow open the basement, and these stupid college students, or whatever they are, go into the basement, and they pick up these artifacts, and they're thinking, wow, some creepy stuff, and they basically choose the way that they're going to die. This government facility has, like, all of these different nightmares contained in, like, glass cubes. And when you choose the way you're going to die, you get that cube, like, it opens up. So these college students pick up a diary and they're reading it, and then there's some Latin, and they read the Latin. And of course, if you're reading a diary, they're like, oh, they chopped off, my arm, and my arm's been chopped off. You're not going to read the Latin. And obviously you'd want to continue reading, but why would you start reading that stuff out loud? And I don't know if I would continue reading. I'm twisted like that, but anyway, they read the Latin out loud, and they wake up the redneck family torturing zombies, and they're crawling out of the ground, and they're going after them, and they're going to kill them. Successfully kill them. All but two. One, that was one of the oh my god moments. One we thought was dead, ended up not being dead. So, anyway, they're doing this government facility is doing this because every so many years they have to have a ritual where they sacrifice 5 people. And they have to be a specific 5 people. Like the jock, the virgin, the idiot, or, the brains, and the slut, or whore, I think they called it. And they have to sacrifice these 5 people, and they have to give their blood to these gods that live down in the ground, and if they don't, they're going to, like, destroy the earth or something. So, it was kind of like sci-fi meets crappy horror. It really wasn't great. I'm going to give it 2 stars, only because it had Thor in it, and I think the story could have been better. I think they could have done more with it. Check it out for yourself. I mean, you don't have to, but you can. It's in Redbox, so, you could sign up, get a free movie, or pay for it. It's only $1 something. I don't know. If you want something cheesy and corny to watch, pick it up. You might like it. I didn't really care for it. Being a horror fan as I am, I do not feel that this movie belongs in the horror genre. I believe it's more of a psychological thriller. There isn't even any suspense in it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's our first review. We're done, and be looking for more videos today. I'm going to post quite a few, actually. I have a lot to say. So you'll be seeing more of my mug. I want to get more videos up on my YouTube channel so that I can get more traffic and stuff. So, peace out, and have a good one.